Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Sister Share 101 Share. And of course, we do these short 15, 20, 25-minute videos to let you all know how things are going while we're in this quarantine still. Of course, I am in Chicago. And where do I start today? Of course, we all know about what happened to the young man in Minneapolis. It's a familiar theme, you know, as it relates to our African American males. There's nothing new about it. Um, but I think at this point, Black people have gotten really fed up. I mean, at some point, you know, we knew that at some point the tea kettle was going to start whistling, and it's whistling now. I mean, I have never witnessed so much civil unrest in one day, in a weekend, that I've witnessed this go around. There have been, I don't think the riots in Los Angeles have anything on what has been taking place thus far. Um, I went out today, which now I'm thinking about was a bad idea, but I had no idea it was to this extreme. I went out today and just to do some laundry. That's why I look like this. Excuse my appearance. I'm not camera ready today. But I just had to go on because what I saw, I was like in a daze. Like, is this really happening? You see it on TV, you see it on Facebook Live, but when you're actually in the midst of all the carnage that's going on, you're like, this is really I mean, I get it. I understand it. I understand the frustration. I mean, this is generational. This is just not happening today. This is generational frustration. This is generational anger. This is generational, um, things that are being done that's been unjustified. And they're fed up. Our Black people, our young Black people are just fed up. And they got this I don't give a fuck attitude about it. And you really can't blame them. And I know some people might say, you know what, this is not the right way to do it. This is not the proper way to display, your anger, your frustration. You need to get together and organize. And our young Black people, they microwave. They born in this millennium where everything is microwave, quick, fast action. I need to get revenge right here, right now. I ain't got time to wait 2 or 3 months to get things together and organized. By that time, it has been forgotten and something else has been taking that place. So I need my justice right now. And this is what they're doing. They're like, I need some instant justice. Now, there are some opportunists out there that's taking advantage of this situation and saying, okay, this is the opportunity for us to go out here and loot and steal and rob and do all of that. Yes, you're going to have those individuals that's out there, and those probably the majority of what's going on right now. But at the root of that is the frustration, the anger, the injustice, and all that. It's everything balled up into one. So, and I understand that, and I really do understand it, and that's why they capped off downtown, because that's the first place they hit. They know, I know where the white folks make their money, and I'm trying to be as raw as I can with this because that's why I know how people are thinking. The white people make their money downtown, so we're gonna tear up downtown. We're gonna make you understand. You hurt us, we're gonna hurt you where it hurts you, and that's in your pocket. And that's why they have did that little corridor now. They don't quartered off all of downtown and part of up north to keep people like me. And it was other people that was out there that wasn't like me doing the same thing, but they want to protect theirs. And now since they can't get downtown, it has moved down the outlying neighborhoods. They ain't slick. We know why they did that. So now the next step is now you're going to tear up your neighborhoods. You're going to get mad. You're going to get upset and wish they're doing that right and they're looting. They're doing all this other stuff. So now they're going to sit in the National Guard. Saw that coming. But when I was out there, just at the laundromat, right off 62nd and 61st, in between 61st and 62nd and Western, I always go to that laundromat. This laundromat I've been going to for years. So I'm done the laundromat. Going there was fine, whatever. I see they had quartered off 63rd Street, but I didn't even know why they had quartered it off. So I went around, went to the laundromat. So I'm sitting in the laundromat parking lot. Me and my kid just sitting there chilling, just talking or whatever. And I just see, if anybody saw my Facebook post that you saw, I just saw just a line of policemen just walking down the street in their riot gear. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, what just happened here? Because I didn't see anybody running, I didn't hear any windows getting bashed out. I didn't hear any of that. All I just saw was this whole line of cops just walking down the street. All right, so now I'm on my way home from the laundromat, going down 63rd, passing 63rd and Western, going down Western. And if anybody knows the 63rd Street area in Western, you got Marquette Bank at the corner of 63rd and Western. And then along the west side, going west of 63rd and Western, then you got the Rainbow over there, a small little shop. So the police was actually in between 63rd and Western, where Marquette Bank starts at, probably on down to maybe about Rockwell. They were just like, they quartered off their whole section. So, in their riot gear and everything. I mean, people were looting Dollar General, Family Dollar. I mean, Metro PCSs, ABC Choices. I went down 79th Street on my way home after going down Western. So I go down 79th to go home, and they just trying to break into a liquor store. A liquor store. I mean, it's just, I have never witnessed this. I have never been in the midst of any of this. I have seen people angry and upset and how they voice their opinion, but I have never seen people actually take the streets and loot and riot. It's not really much of a riot. It's just a lot of looting, because nobody is, throwing weapons or killing anybody, or they're just breaking into businesses and taking what I even seen them break into a Bob Furniture. Like, no, what that little Bob on anybody? No, nothing. But I get the frustration. I get the anger. Like I said, it's not just something that's just happening right now. This is generational. And actually seeing it play out live on Facebook when they was recording what was happening to him, he's begging, he's pleading for his life, and he's just sitting there like, I don't care if I keep on talking, nigga. You ain't nothing to me. What? And so quite naturally, you have to expect for us to be angry, upset, want to lash out, want to get justice. You can't help but to have that reaction when you see this repeatedly done over and over and over again. We're still not over Laquan McDonald. And then this happens. We're not over that yet. And then this happens. So what did you expect to happen? What did you expect for us to be sitting in the corner singing Kumbaya? I don't think so. And then you have other people saying, well, we need some leaders to step up in our community and take the role and try to organize things. We have seen over the years our leaders being assassinated because they stood up and tried to take a stand. Have we forgotten Martin Luther King? Have we forgotten Medgar Evers? Have we forgotten Malcolm X? Honey, have we forgotten Nat Turner? Come on. We have seen all our so-called leaders and Black heroic figures to try to take a stand on something and get executed every time. Every single time. So now we're thinking in our minds, what a leader going to do? Either they're going to shut you up with some hush money, and I'm not going to name the people that they have done that with because we barely even see them again, Jesse Jackson. So what are we to do? This is the result of being in captivity, unchained captivity. We've been in captivity socioeconomically. We've been in captivity mentally, psychologically. We're still in captivity. The chains are not there no more to so you could physically see it, but it's still there. So of course you're going to get angry. Of course you're going to have looting in the street, seeing another Black man killed on national television. and you looking at this repeatedly, and you remember when you got pulled over by the police and they treated you with an attitude like you was beneath them. You remembering that, you having all that played in your head. So now you're angry, you're fed up, and you're taking it to the streets. Now, yes, there are some consequences to this because you're bringing down your community where you do your grocery shopping, where you go and buy those new fresh pair, those fresh pair of kicks and all of that. You ruining those businesses, so they're looking at it like, so what? And because you in our neighborhood selling your product and you're not giving nothing back to our neighborhood, so guess what? Now we just gonna take it. I get it. I understand. Now, I'm not saying I agree with it 100% because I'm talking from a older person's perspective who have had time to um, gather information in and take a perspective and step back and say, okay, we could do X, Y, and Z instead of this, because I was brought up in a totally different generation where, you step back and okay, let's reevaluate this thing and try to see what we can do to make things better. These millennials, they haven't had that type of teaching. They haven't experienced, they only have experienced the negativity out of life so far because they see it all the time around them. A lot of them don't have positive role models in their lives to say, okay, this is the alternative to that. They don't have that. So what do? This is how they show it. This is how they actually show it. Now, of course, I said there are some opportunists out there that's going to take advantage of the situation and use this platform to do what they want to do anyway, and that's to loot and steal and rob and be destructive, all of that. So I actually saw an individual busting out the CTA shelter things that you stand up on the bus stop. Like, what is that proving? I don't know. I didn't understand that. But I guess frustration comes in many different ways and how you display it, on many different levels. So I, I get it. I understand it. And I do get it, but to destroy your neighborhood, I don't really agree with that. I do know why it's being done. I don't think that's a necessarily good alternative to show your anger and your frustration. You can only talk and say so much. Sometimes action needs to be taken upon, and that's what they're doing. But we need to find a way to bridge that gap with our young people and our actual leaders that are out there, activists out there in the communities doing as much as they can to rectify the situation or the calm or to mellow it out. But even the activists now are not being heard because the young people say, okay, I hear what you're saying. You say this every rip, you say this every time, but nothing is changing. So maybe now we'll get some change going on, and maybe now they'll start to listen. But will they really? Will they really listen? The one thing that I liked about the bus boycott, it did what it was supposed to do. Now, if we can get that, if we can transfer that style of protest today, because if you know anything about white people, and I'm just going to lay it out there, they love money more than anything else. They don't care where it comes from because they know money solves a gang of issues and a gang of problems. So wherever their money comes from, they cool with it. What they do understand, and that's why a lot of their businesses are in our neighborhoods, is that Black people spend more. Black people have the most spending power in the USA. So they know exactly what to do when they put their business in our neighborhood. They know we're going to spend their money, period, point blank. So with that being said, why don't you just do this? Hit them where it hurts. Hit them where their livelihood is. If you want to speak without actually being vocal or without actually going out there and doing destructive things, just don't go in their establishments. Don't do it. But before that can take place, we need to replace that with some of our own establishments that are always Black owned. And there are some of them that are out there. We might have to travel a little distance to get to it. But that will serve a purpose. Even if we got to go a little bit further to get what we need, at least we still having our voices heard. Saying we're not, until we get what we need for our people, we're not going to patronize your establishment. How about that? We're going to hit you where it hurts, your pockets. Your pocket, because they can always rebuild and put them same products right back in your neighborhood. And when it's all died down, which in about a week it will be all died down, you will be back into those same establishments, buying those still those same kicks, buying that same furniture, buying them same hair care products, all of that right back in the neighborhood. So, okay, what you destruction that you did or destruction that you caused, guess what's gonna cover that? Insurance. You still be back at square one. Hit them where it hurts. Stop going to those establishments. That's how you boycott that. And that's the thing that we could take from the boycott back then and we can bring it to 2020, 2021. And we don't like something that's going on in our neighborhoods and our communities or whatever. Okay, until you understand how we feel, we're going to hit you where it hurts you. We ain't got to tear down your business. You could tear down a business without throwing a rock in it. You could tear it down without by withholding your dollars from it. It can close easily like that. You see what happened to the boys boycott, almost went bankrupt. So we got to think of a better way to protest, um, a better way to weed out those individuals who just being opportunists at the time and using platforms like this to do what they want to do anyway. If we really want to make a difference, if we really want to improve our communities, if we really want to stop all this injustice um, in these police departments, I mean, it's in every major city. It's here in Chicago. It's in New York. It's in Los Angeles still. That's where it really came to life at, in Los Angeles. Everybody knows about Rodney King. He set the platform for all of this. Video recordings. Now you see police roll up on somebody. The first thing you do is take out your phone and record, because 9 times out of 10, something is going to go down that shouldn't be going down. It's incredible. I have never seen anything like this in all my almost 50 something years of living on this earth. Never. And it, like I said earlier, the teapot is whistling. So, with that being said, I hope everybody's staying safe out there. One more other thing. Chicago was supposed to open back up on stage 3. Um, and what was that, Wednesday? I think June the 3rd. But I think because, and this is just my opinion, I think because all of this that's going on right now, it might be pushed back a little bit further until this unrest is eased, because they're going to have to do some type of recuperating and repairs and on these businesses before they can really fully open back up again, because what has taken place just this weekend. So, our third stage opening date might take a little bit longer now. We don't know how many COVID outbreaks it's going to be recorded now, since everybody's been out there in the street doing all of this. So we don't know how the numbers are that's going to look going forward now, because all this just happened. So right now we looking just a big old mess, just a really big mess. 2020 has really started out as a year of tribulation, turmoil, anything else you want to call it, frustration, fear, anger, all the negative emotions you can think about. 2020 has really displayed that all in one note. And the year is not even halfway over yet. So who knows what the next 6 months is going to look like. So with that being said, people, please be safe out there. Please continue to do what the CDC recommends and washing your hands and do your social distancing. Now that really matter now, but be careful. Everybody be safe. And on that note, peace.